Today's episode is sponsored by Midwest Fire. For more than 20 years, Midwest Fire has been manufacturing high-quality tankers, tanker pumpers, and fire rescue vehicles in the United States and Canada. Keeping firefighters safe while enhancing their capabilities is what they do best. To learn more, go to MidwestFire.com.
This is Lieutenant Jeff Cheshire from the Speedway Fire Department. You're listening to the SA Matters radio show with Dr. Rich Gasaway. The SA Matters mission is simple. They want to help us see bad things coming and time to avoid bad outcomes.
Hello and welcome to episode 89 of the Situational Awareness Matters radio show. I'm your host, Rich Gasaway. The purpose of this show is to improve situational awareness and decision-making for individuals and teams who work in high-risk, high-consequence environments. The SA Matters mission is simple: to help you see the bad things coming in time to avoid bad outcomes. Before I get too deep into the show, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Please visit the SA Matters website. Click on the Contact Us link and send me some feedback about the show. I would find it really encouraging to get some feedback from you and to know that the show is valuable to you. Also, if you have ideas for future episodes, send your requests along with your feedback. Thank you. I'm coming to you today from Savage, Minnesota, where I'm delivering 2 situational awareness programs over 2 days. This is the 4th time the Savage Fire Department has hosted a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop. So thank you to Chief Joel McCall and for the faith and the confidence in my message to have me back so many times. In today's episode, we're going to discuss how understaffing can impact situational awareness. Understaffing and situational awareness. Understaffing can have a big impact on first responder safety. I think we all know that. But it can also have a huge impact on first responder situational awareness. More than I ever imagined. I've experienced understaffing issues many times throughout my career, but I never gave much thought to how my situational awareness was being impacted from it. This is the stealth nature of the barriers that impact situational awareness. Your situational awareness can erode and you may not even realize that it's happening. One of the findings of my research was that understaffing is a barrier to situational awareness, and a bigger barrier than I would have ever imagined. Out of the more than 100 barriers I identified, staffing issues ranked at the top of the list. Let's explore how staffing levels can impact situational awareness. Situational awareness overview. First, let's start out with a brief overview of what situational awareness is and how you develop it. Situational awareness is being able to understand what is happening in the context of time and location, and then being able to successfully predict future events. The development of your situational awareness is aided in part by your training and your past experiences. It's developed on a 3-level continuum. The example that I like to use in my mental management of emergency classes is I describe situational awareness development like building a house. You have to start with a foundation, then you build walls, and then you build a roof. The foundation of situational awareness, where it all begins, is capturing information in your environment, what we call perception. You do this using your 5 senses to gather information about what is happening around you. Then that information inside the brain is processed into understanding, This is the second part of situational awareness development, or the walls of the house, making sense out of the information that comes into the brain through perception. And then finally, there is the roof of the house, which is forecasting future events, sometimes called prediction. Now, there's a lot more to this process of perception, understanding, and predicting, and it's not the purpose of this particular episode, but if you look back through past episodes, you'll see that I've spent a lot of time explaining how situational awareness is developed, so you can visit one of the earlier shows and get that information. The narrowing of attention. Stress can impact situational awareness in many ways. And I've written about that extensively in the blog, and I've written about it in the books, and I've podcasted about it here on the SA Matters radio show. So I won't belabor that point here. One of the consequences of stress induced by fear is it causes a narrowing of attention to the source of the fear. Some responders have been taught about this phenomena and know it is tunnel vision. I'm avoiding the use of the term tunnel vision because it's not an accurate representation of what is happening. All the senses can become narrowly focused, and to label this affliction with a single name of tunnel vision is just simply inaccurate. When an incident is being managed understaffed, the attention of a company officer or the incident commander can be narrowly focused on what is causing the greatest stress. In this case, the safety of the personnel operating in the hazardous conditions. If this happens to you, it may cause you to miss seeing other things happening around you. Connecting the dots. Here's an easy way to understand how understaffing can impact situational awareness. Understaffing can cause stress. Stress can cause narrowing of attention. A narrowing of attention can cause you to miss seeing or hearing important clues and cues. Missing important clues or cues leads to the erosion of situational awareness. When I conducted my research, I asked incident commanders to choose their most challenging barriers to their situational awareness. They had over 100 to choose from. Staffing-related barriers were consistently on the top of their lists. And among the 7 staffing-related barriers, understaffing was the leading barrier. In case you're curious, the other staffing-related barriers included unpredictable staffing levels, quality of staffing, response time delays, lack of experience, inadequate training levels, and overstaffing. Understaffing is becoming a big problem for first responders. We're feeling the financial squeeze and being told to do more with less. We've seen downsizing, right-sizing, and in some organizations, capsizing. If your department is understaffed, your situation probably isn't going to improve in the near term. One way to increase the number of personnel responding to emergencies is to enter into automatic aid agreements with neighboring departments. I realize this advice can present a host of challenges that may have to be overcome. Departments that have not worked cooperatively in the past are likely to suffer from having not communicated across organizational boundaries. And without communications, there's no relationship. And without relationships, there's no trust. And without trust, there's not going to be automatic aid agreements. It's a big task, but it's an important task too. When operating in an understaffed environment, be conscientious of the fact that it increases stress and can subsequently narrow attention. You can use meta-awareness to help reduce the impact of this barrier. Meta-awareness simply means you force yourself to become consciously aware in the moment of what it takes to have good situational awareness, and force yourself to do the things necessary to combat the narrowing of attention. This may sound confusing, maybe even a little odd. Think of it this way. When you're operating in a high-stress environment, compounded by understaffing, ask yourself, how is my situational awareness? Am I scanning my environment and capturing important clues and cues beyond the narrow environment where the understaffed crew is operating? Am I comprehending what the clues and cues mean in the context of time and space? Finally, am I making predictions of future events that are accurate and will facilitate me taking action in time to protect my crew and myself? If you've experienced or witnessed a near miss and would like to have a platform to share your lessons learned with others, please contact me by visiting the SA Matters website and clicking on the Contact Us link on the top of the homepage. Think about this for a moment. The lessons learned from your near-miss event could save the life of another first responder. That's powerful. If you want to share your experience, contact me. If you haven't subscribed to the SA Matters radio podcast yet, please consider taking a moment to go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio. And while you're there, please consider leaving some feedback on the show. And if you like the show, give it a 5-star review. This is really important because it inspires me to work harder for you. A lot of time and effort goes into producing and recording and editing a show and lining up the guests. Your feedback really inspires me. Thank you. I ran a holiday sale on all the SA Matters books and videos. If you missed it, I was offering 20 to 40% off on books and videos, and there were some great deals there. And the sale ended on December the 18th, but I got some feedback from departments asking if I could extend the sale until after the new year so they could have access to their new budget. So I've extended the sale to January 15th. If you're interested in getting 20% off any of my books or 40% off any of my videos, this is a great opportunity. Go to samatters.com/holiday sale. samatters.com/holiday sale. And while I'm on the topics of books and videos, I'm really excited to announce the release of my third book in the Situational Awareness Matters series. This book contains 30 lessons on improving first responder situational awareness and decision-making under stress. Over 300 copies of the book have been sold on the website and on Amazon, and I'm really excited about that, and thanks to all who've supported the mission through buying the book. If you know of a business that might be interested in supporting the Situational Awareness Matters mission with a sponsorship, I'm seeking a few select sponsors to help offset the cost of running the website, the social media, the podcast, the YouTube channel, and the monthly newsletter, which are all free content for you. The website has enjoyed over 1 million visitors who have downloaded over 4 million pages of content. New blog articles are posted every Friday. The newsletter is distributed to thousands of first responders each month. And the podcast you're listening to has new episodes out every Tuesday. And it has been downloaded over 75,000 times. There are also opportunities to sponsor webinars and live events. So if you know of a business that would like to get their message in front of my visitors, subscribers, and supporters, ask them to contact me through the SA Matters website and the Contact Us button on the homepage. Here's hoping we can pick up an additional sponsor or two, and we can help keep the free content flowing for you. And I want to give a huge thank you to Midwest Fire, our first and currently only sponsor of this podcast show. Without your generous support, this show could not continue. I want to take a moment to thank the departments and the organizations that have hosted recent Situational Awareness Matters tour stops. Your efforts to bring this valuable and powerful training on situational awareness and high-risk, high-consequence decision-making to your members and to others in your region are greatly appreciated. Recently, I was at the SBM Fire Department in Spring Lake Park, Minnesota, the International Association of Fire Chiefs Company Officer Development Symposium in Phoenix, Arizona, the Munhall Volunteer Fire Department in Munhall, Pennsylvania, and the Peters Township Fire Department in McMurray, Pennsylvania. By the time this episode airs, the programs for the Savage Fire Department will be completed. But if you're interested in attending an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters program, you can join me January 8th through 10th at the Utah Winter Fire School in St. George, Utah, January 13th at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte Fire and Emergency Services Leadership Institute, January 16th at the Iosco County Firefighters Association in East Tawas, Michigan, January 23 and 24 at the South Carolina Firefighters Association Winter Safety Symposium in Columbia, South Carolina. February 1 and 2 at the Alaska Fire Chiefs Association Conference in Juneau, Alaska. February 6th at the Enfield Fire Department in Enfield, Connecticut. February 7th at the Ellesmere Fire Department in Del Mar, New York. February 9th at the Grand Rapids Fire Department in Minnesota. February 10th at the Eveleth Fire Department in Minnesota. February 11th at the Lutsen Fire Department in Minnesota. February 16th at the West Metro Fire Department in Minnesota. February 17th at the Windham Fire Department in Minnesota. February 25th at the Addison Fire Department in Texas. February 26th to 28th at the NSA Winter Conference in Austin, Texas. And on March 1st at the Los Angeles County Fire Department Fire Officer Conference, I will be delivering the opening keynote address. If you're interested in attending an upcoming Situational Awareness Matters tour stop, head over to the SA Matters website and click on the blue box on the right side of the homepage labeled Upcoming Events Schedule. Here's hoping there'll be a tour stop near you and we'll get a chance to meet up. If you're interested in hosting a Situational Awareness Matters tour stop program in 2016 for your department or association, contact me through the website and we'll get something set up for you. If you're not a member of the SA Matters community of learners, please consider joining. There are more than 5,000 members connected here on SA Matters, sharing ideas about how to improve situational awareness, how to make better decisions under stress, and how to train members to be critical thinkers and resilient problem solvers. When you sign up for the membership, which is free, you also get a special report that I've created for the new members called 25 Best Practices for Improving First Responder Safety. You'll also get a monthly newsletter, which is free. If you're not a member yet, head over to the SA Matters website, click on the red box on the right side of the homepage that says Free Membership. If you want to get connected on social media, you can follow me on Twitter, at Rich Gasaway on Twitter, or at SA Matters on Twitter, either one. The SA Matters Twitter community has more than 16,000 followers of our mission. Thanks to those coming along for the ride on Twitter. You can get connected with me on Periscope by following at Rich Gasaway. On Periscope, I do little short video training segments, and you'll get notification of upcoming live video presentations there on Periscope. You also get connected on Facebook by joining the SA Matters private Facebook group. You do that by going to facebook.com/groups/SA Matters. I got a really good discount there going on the new book that I talked about earlier, 50% off. There's a discount code there in the private Facebook page. On LinkedIn, you can also search for Rich Gasaway. Thanks to everybody connected with me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I appreciate your support of the mission there, too. Please consider going over to iTunes or Stitcher Radio and subscribing to the show as well. Well, that's it. Episode 89 is complete. Thank you to our sponsor, Midwest Fire. Thank you to all of our live event hosts. And thank you to our listeners for sharing some of your valuable time with me today. I really appreciate your support of the SA Matters mission. Be safe out there. And may the peace of the Lord and strong situational awareness be with you always.
You've been listening to the Situational Awareness Matters radio show with Dr. Richard B. Gasaway. If you are interested in learning more about situational awareness, human factors, and decision-making under stress, visit samatters.com. If you are interested in booking Dr. Gasaway for an upcoming event, visit his personal website at richgasaway.com.